Hi, I'm Debbie Harbeck, and I'm a certified life coach working with women in midlife and through the menopause transition. So each week, I'll be sharing the latest information, inspiration, and generate some momentum so you can move forward and feel more in control of your changing midlife body and your life. Let's go. Hi, and welcome to this fresh new episode of the Midlife Momentum Podcast. I'm so glad you're here to join me. And if you happen to be Canadian, I want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. It'll be Thanksgiving this coming Monday, and it's probably my favorite holiday. So let's get into what we're going to talk about today, which is motivation. I'm really glad you tuned in today because I'm going to be talking about how to get motivated. So in most of my episodes so far, I've mentioned things you can do to eat better, to reduce your perimenopause symptoms, to reduce stress, and to just feel better. But I recognize that a lot of the time, the problem isn't not knowing what to do. The problem is actually getting it done and doing it. Because sometimes you don't feel like it. Sometimes you feel stuck on the couch or in a chair or under the covers in your bed and you feel like you can't get up. But of course, it's not true, but it does attest to the power of your mind and how your mind can move you or not move you. Why does this happen? When I ask that question, I think it's important to know that this happens to everyone. It happens to all of us, and it happens on the regular. It's part of being human. We sometimes lack motivation, inspiration, desire. We feel checked out or even stuck. And we're all there some of the time. It's normal. But we get angry at ourselves. And of course, that doesn't help us and it doesn't stop it from happening. In fact, I think it makes it worse. I think the first thing to do is to recognize that this feeling isn't bad. It's just human. So we need to normalize feeling unmotivated and checked out because it happens some of the time. You're not going to get rid of this feeling. But you can have compassion for yourself and you can find yourself there less often. I check out from time to time. It's true, like we all do. And I notice that it's usually because I'm confused about something, not sure what the next step is, or sometimes when I'm overwhelmed and I don't want to face everything I have to do. For example, a really good example is before I began writing this podcast episode, so I do make an outline of the episode, I didn't know what to write about. So I started playing a Hallmark movie on YouTube. I totally checked out. And I saw myself doing it, and so I did allow myself to go down that rabbit hole for about 20 minutes. And it actually inspired this episode. And then I was able to shut it down, and I began putting my thoughts down until the next blockage appeared, and I watched a little more. And that's the way I check out. I indulge in Hallmark movies or Netflix, and although I'm definitely not proud of that, for sure, I know that I'm human and I do accept that I check out from time to time, but I also get my work done. I get it done despite this behavior. I go do my workout despite this behavior. And that's what this episode is about. It's about how to motivate yourself when you don't feel like it. Even though you do check out sometimes, how do you still get it done? Because it's okay to let yourself check out, but you need to do what you've committed to. It's a balance. And we need to find that balance for you. If you don't find that balance and you spend more time checked out instead of working on the project or going out for a walk or doing the workout or making a healthy meal, well, you have to deal with the negative consequences of those inactions. So some of these consequences include feeling disconnected in relationships or feeling drained and exhausted or weight gain, illness, financial debt or addiction or more. So how can you take that step from checking out to checking in? You need something to interrupt your pattern, something quick and simple to change your thoughts and ideas and get you into action quickly. I've got 6 things that I've found that work for me and for most of my clients, and I'm sure there's something here that can also work for you. So the first one is just to do one thing. And you can pick anything, something simple, something that feels like it can lead to some sort of progress. And then you just go do it. but you have to do it right away. You don't just think about it, you just do it. And it can be as simple as putting away a pile of laundry or kissing your husband or doing 5 squats. Whatever spark happens to show up for you, following through on it can give you a little hit of feel-good energy, like a sense of accomplishment. But you need to do it and not just think about it or listen to me talk about it. You need to get up and do it. And notice how good you feel just doing that one small thing. We don't need to do big things to feel good. And then we can build on that energy and you'll be generating motivation to do more. So that's the first thing. The second thing I would suggest is to stand outside and breathe, no matter what the weather. Just get outside, feel the sun on your skin or the rain on your face or the snow on your tongue. You don't even have to walk anywhere. All you have to do is open your front door and stand there. Close your eyes, maybe take 5 deep breaths. Just really allow yourself to feel the air in your lungs, to smell the air, to revel in the miracle of life, the miracle that is your body breathing life every few seconds. That's all you need to do. It doesn't matter how you feel, just wake yourself up by walking out that front door and feel alive. And before you go back inside, just give thanks for all the good in your life, for your body, and for everything that you have. So that's what I suggest as the second thing. The third thing I would suggest is to share your struggles. So if you're getting frustrated with yourself for wasting time escaping, then it's time to share with someone else. Struggling alone never helps. So instead of sharing on social media, though, I suggest probably sharing with someone personally. Put it out there to a real person. Ask for help, and then ask maybe if they can help you be accountable for what you want to get done. And this is the part that will help you get into action. Choose a person that is close to you, but who will be objective, or choose someone who's more neutral, like a therapist or a coach. Just take the step of reaching out and do it in the moment that you're feeling it. Just admit that you're struggling, decide on a next step, ask for accountability, and then go get it done. All right, so that's the third one. The fourth one is take a cold shower. And this will, I promise, snap you right out of that no good or non-feeling feeling that you're in. So cold water will always wake you up. However, I know it can be a shock to the system to step into a cold shower, and maybe it's not even a good idea if you have any heart-related issues. Instead, maybe just splash cold water on your face. And actually, this is something that I do every morning. I start my day going into the washroom and splashing cold water on my face, and it really wakes me up, and it gives me kind of instant energy. All of a sudden, like I'm into my day. And so you can do that with just splashing it in your face, or if you are more daring and in good health, you can step into the shower and try it out. The fifth thing I would suggest is to leverage gratitude. Now, I touched on this in one of the earlier points I made, but because it is Thanksgiving weekend, and so if you are in Canada, you are celebrating Thanksgiving, probably. So this idea is very much in tune with that because it's about practicing gratitude. It's about being thankful for what you do have, for what you have accomplished, for all the times you chose to get it done instead of checking out. Just remembering and acknowledging what has gone well for you can be so powerful. It can be powerful enough to keep you moving forward because it reminds you that you can do it even when you don't feel like it. And when you put yourself into that feeling of gratitude, like when you really feel it in your body, you elevate your energy because it's impossible to feel negative or numb or checked out when you're feeling thankful. And finally, the last thing I would suggest you do is to plan for being checked out. So I'm a planner, and I know that planning can help you too, especially when it comes to getting motivated, because planning gets you out of denial. If you're planning, it means that you know and accept that from time to time, you will be checked out. You will feel numb, and you will not want to do that thing. It happens, so we have to prepare for it. So right now, or any other time that you're feeling checked in, is a great time to get out your favorite art and craft supplies and create a sign or a list or an image that will snap you out of your hypnosis when you need it. And make it bright and visible and inspiring. So use words and quotes or mantras or images that are in line with the person you want to be. And also, when you're on good terms with yourself, practice some self-kindness and self-compassion for when you do get sucked in by those numbing activities. Remember that you're perfectly human and you're worthy of care and compassion, even if you're not doing the thing you want to be doing. By being kind to yourself, as opposed to being tough or mean with yourself, which is, I think, what we often think we need to do to get things done, being kind has been found to be the most motivating thing you can do. On that note, I just want to thank you for listening to this episode today because I'm so grateful you chose to join me. And I hope that some of these motivation tips will help you generate some motivation for yourself this weekend and beyond. If you did enjoy this episode and you got something valuable out of it, I'd really love you to rate it on Apple or Spotify or whatever platform you're using to listen right now. I really, really appreciate it. And I'll be back next week with a fresh new episode. So keep moving forward. Happy Thanksgiving and bye for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Midlife Momentum Podcast. If you want to learn more about working with me, come visit me at DebbieHarbeckCoaching.com. That's Debbie, I-E, Harbeck with a C, coaching.com. See you next week.